Now, when I say Romeo and Juliet, who comes to mind? Dana?
Claire Danes.
That's right, Claire Danes. Who else?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right? Who else? Well, you know, someone else was involved in that movie who in some ways is as famous as Leonardo DiCaprio. And his name's William Shakespeare. And some great movies are based on his plays. Hamlet. West Side Story. Talented Mr. Ripley. Waterworld. Gladiator. Chocolat.
Welcome to Three Films and a Podcast, the show where destiny brought together three friends to enhance each other's cinematic journey by watching three new movies in a series of themed rounds. There is no claim of ownership on any film footage used in this episode, as all film footage is owned in its entirety by the copyright holders. And just like every car in Too Fast, Too Furious, this podcast contains spoilers. Enjoy!
All right, welcome back to Three Films and a Podcast, specifically Season 2 of Three Films and a Podcast. My name is Tyler Beck, and in a beautiful moment of pure, just poetic irony, I'm broadcasting today from my old childhood room, which has been turned into my mother's craft room here in West Jordan, Utah. The house I grew up in, the house that I attended high school in, which will be important. You'll see why that's important soon enough. Anyways, I'm joined as always by Matthew Weiler, coming from the rooftop of Pleasant Grove High School.
Shout out the City of Trees.
Woo!
PG, baby.
So, City of Trees update. Where was St. George is a city of trees. I just saw the sign when I was down there.
Is it officially?
No, it's not. No, it's not. There's only one on the planet.
So I will say, it wasn't the City of Trees. It was a tree city.
That's a big difference, Tyler.
It is a big difference.
That's a big difference.
You're right. Pleasant Grove, the official City of Trees, the one and only. And our good friend Ben Lawhorn, he's here too. He's I messed that up. I had a whole thing about Club Skunk, trying to work in the movie we're doing, trying to leave teasers. I'm blowing it. Where are you, Ben?
I'm at home. I'm
nice.
Coming to you from home. Yes.
Nice.
Very excited to do this.
Very cool. For those new to the show and for those returning, welcome to our movie club. Our goal as a podcast is to establish an active movie club in the online community. This started as just a group discussion in a big old chat thread between Ben and Matthew and myself. And we've evolved it into the podcast that you are now watching or listening, maybe both. Who knows?
Hard to say.
If you're watching, you're probably doing
on
both.
Mute.
But regardless, we're happy you're here. We just want to include everyone. We want to have these conversations, and it's super fun. We want the interaction, and like for the movie we're talking about this week was picked by the movie club itself. We did a poll online, so we love being able to do that kind of stuff. It's super fun. You can find us on social media anywhere at 3 Films Pod. And you can find merch and patron support options over at our website at 3filmspod.com. But before we go any further, I've got to introduce our very special guest, the reigning watch party MVP herself, and probably, what are you, like the 6 Timers Club now?
Oh, probably.
Gotta be,
Maybe.
yeah.
I mean, this isn't the most fun comparison these days, but you're like our Alec Baldwin.
Ooh.
We've got the jacket ordered.
Yeah.
Everything's backed up. Everything's backed up right now. But the jacket's ordered.
Shipping lines are having some troubles there. But anyways, Ashley Hutchins is here. She's the best. She's our favorite. Say hello to the people.
Hi, hello. Thanks for having me back.
Hi, hello.
Welcome
Absolutely.
back.
Welcome back indeed. I mean, gosh. So what? Is this like your 6th episode?
Well, you were here a year ago for our rom-com
Mm-hmm.
movie drafts. Natalie Portman, Vox Lux.
Yep.
Scream.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just riveting audio right now, but I can't remember. Like,
we're just raking in subscribers by the minute. Well, regardless, Ashley, we're happy you're here. It's always a pleasure to have you. And I'm actually there's a few topics that that aren't on the document that I'm going to surprise you with. That I just think you specifically can answer. Well, it's one question. You'll see later.
All right.
So we're happy to have you.
I look forward to it.
But now that we've got all those niceties away, guys, I have some really bad news.
Uh-oh.
But you're all, I can see that you're sitting down. If you're watching or if you're listening, if you're driving, pull the car over. Sit down, brace yourselves. This is not good news. We try to bring like happiness and positivity with this movie club, but you know sometimes it just doesn't shake out that way.
What's going on? What's going on, Tyler?
You know how you guys know Bill Shakespeare? He was a writer back in the day.
Oh, Bill.
Hey, Dad, I can't see real good. Is that Bill Shakespeare over there?
Old Bill Shakespeare. Well, a lot of movies were adapted from his plays. There's, you know, like The Lion King was adapted from a Shakespeare play, A West Side Story, Throne of Blood, on and on and on. But we've lost every film adaptation of a Shakespeare story.
Oh,
Every single one. It's like Thanos snapped his finger. I can't snap my fingers, by the way. That's a treat for the movie club.
I like that.
Will you ADR in a snap for
It'd
me?
be super loud.
Awesome. We've lost every film adaptation of a Shakespeare story.
oh,
Every single one. It's like Thanos snapped them out of existence and they're all gone. Every single one of them, which means that we've lost the only, like, every version of the classic 1999 Shakespeare adaptation, 10 Things I Hate About You. It's gone.
oh man.
It's heartbreaking.
I know. So it's our job now we have to fix this. And it's time for an emergency recast. Ben, do some like sirens and like alarms.
For sure.
That's the sound of the police.
Roll it.
I think I'm gonna try and make you do something like every 45 seconds.
Let's do it.
Anyways, jokes aside, this episode you're listening to here is what we call a little podcast. It's sort of an offshoot from our normal round of themes, where we kind of do something fun that's not necessarily related to the theme. This episode is going to be airing right around Valentine's Day, so we figured it'd be fun to do something with a rom-com. And we put it out to the movie club. We had them vote, and we asked them, what should we recast? What would you want to hear? And they wisely chose 10 Things I Hate About You. We love the movie
Dan,
club.
I'm sorry that Platoon didn't win. I know you're really pulling for that rom-com, but maybe next year Platoon will take it.
When I saw that, I was like, that's actually pretty funny. Like, I mean, you know, there's a lot of love in that bunker, you know, like you get close to those guys when you're in the shit. But seriously, you know, we're not saying we want to recast 10 Things About You. I think like Heath Ledger is fairly irreplaceable. And as I learned rewatching this, like this movie was really well cast. So it's not that we want to, it's not that we think we need it, but I just think it'd be fun. And it's a good excuse to watch the movie and talk about it. So here we are. We're going to recast the movie, which was based loosely on The Taming of the Shrew, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't know that until I read this document that Benjamin put together. So that was news to me. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get into it. And so the basic premise is we're going to work through this in a snake format. I think, Ashley's done a recast here. So everyone participating knows. That's right. So everyone participating knows the rules. But if you're listening or watching, we're going to each pick a role. We have 8 of the characters from the movie, and we're going to go through snake style, like a fantasy football draft or whatever. 1 through 8, 8 through 1, 1 through 8. 1 through 4, 4 through 1, because there's 4 of us drafting. I'm doing a dynamite job.
You're killing it.
I think you understand.
We've been doing
you'll
it,
catch
though,
on if you don't.
The recast, we've been doing like 1 through 4, then 2, 3, 4, 1. That way everyone gets a chance to go first. So I think we'll probably do that way. So at least everyone gets a couple opportunities to pick first. But I was going to ask if you guys want to go like an IMDb order of the cast, or do we want to switch it up and like you get to, if it's you pick first that round, you get to pick which character we do that round. I like that one. Might be kind of fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. So I'll keep track of everything, and we'll go 1 through 4. Yeah, we'll figure it all out, but we'll let each person pick which round they want to kick off when it's their turn.
Cool. Yeah, I dig that.
Cool.
And I think, to be honest, I'm stumbling my way through this episode, so I think we're gonna do a podcast first. We're gonna do a mid-episode host switch.
Oh.
I feel like I feel like you're more on it. I don't even know the rules of the draft we're about to do. You know?
I thought you were going to pull in a guest host.
Surprise!
My mom.
Get Tracy, let's go.
She's never seen this movie. So yeah, I think Ben, I'm just gonna let you take over from here.
Okay.
Because you're gonna be running the draft or whatever, anyways. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
That's enough for me.
Hand off the baton. We're like a
Think
marathon.
our co-host.
At the end of this, Matt's
Tyler?
going to take over. So
That would be awesome.
I think, so we kind of went over the rules. I think it's going to be kind of fun to let each person kick off the round with whichever character they want. But I wanted to talk a little about the movie, I guess, before we get into the actual recast. Just quickly, what do all of us think about this movie? What do you think? What are your thoughts on 10 things?
Oh, it's a favorite from adolescence. Especially, I think it came out when I was 14, and I remember at that time there weren't a lot of movies that had girls like Julia Stiles, like Kat, who are just like not about the bullshit.
Yeah.
So I really loved seeing someone like that on my TV.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
So with you saying that, I was actually thinking this watching it this afternoon. First of all, I think this movie is like near perfection.
Mhm.
Like it's just so good. It's just so fun, very heartwarming, and really like genuinely funny. There's a few things that don't hold up very well or haven't aged well.
Yeah.
Like the distraction scene in the detention hall, like
Yes.
those sorts of things. That's a little rough, but like
Yeah.
it even still somehow gets away with it to me anyways.
Mhm.
Like I
Mhm.
recognize it's like, we should probably like, maybe we could just edit that scene out or something.
Mhm.
I don't know. But what you're talking about, like not seeing a character like Julia Stiles, I was like, is Heath Ledger in this movie, is he the male version of the Manic Pixie Dream Girl? Is he like a Manic Pixie Dream Man? And-
yeah, like Manic Pixie Dream dude, or I don't know,
Yeah.
like bro,
Yeah.
like
Gentleman.
he's like the coolest. At that point, I feel like he was the coolest high schooler I had seen in a movie.
What? Like so much cooler than he has any right to be.
Yeah.
Like he's like the perfect bad boy. He's not really that
Mhm.
dangerous.
Mhm.
You know, he's super talented. He can sing and dance, and he's creative and clever. And I was like, oh, he's a manic pixie dream boy. Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's pretty cool. To be honest, I was pretty hyped when I came up with that.
I think that's perfect. We've been watching the OC, and I feel the same way about Sandy Cohen. I feel like he's the
Yeah.
Manic Pixie Dream dad. Like he's perfect.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with
Sandy
Sandy
is
Cohen.
the best dad.
Those beautiful eyebrows.
Oh man.
Dreamboat.
Hey, I'm not afraid of Summer and Anna, all right? Well, I'm not afraid of Anna.
So you're going to school.
And you're going to yoga Lattes.
You just like saying that.
Yoga Lattes? I kind of do. Yoga Lattes?
Yoga Lattes.
You know what I want to know?
Yoga Lattes.
Is why these two are so smug.
Because for once they didn't do anything wrong.
That's true. Here's to you. Back at you.
Enjoy it, boys. Because knowing the two of you, it won't last long.
Yoga Lattes.
The thing though with Heath that really gets me is that he really wasn't that far outside of high school. He was 20.
Yeah.
You know, like we've seen people, and we're probably going to fall victim to it today, where we're getting people like in their mid to maybe late 20s that we're going to draft, because this proved to be pretty difficult to do. But
Yeah.
he was super believable. This movie was cast so well. I think that was also part of the problem for me. It's just like everybody was
It's
so
perfect.
perfect in that role.
Mhm.
It was really fun to rewatch it. That speech at the end, the poem, like it gets me every time, and it is like is heartbreaking,
Mhm.
you know. And we watched the
Alex
behind the
told
scenes on
me.
it, right? And
Mhm.
like he said, I think they just got it in one take with like multiple
Yeah,
cameras or
it was
something.
the first take,
Yeah,
and it wasn't in the script for her to cry, and so she.
That's
just,
what I was gonna say. So I'm
Yeah.
glad you confirmed that. Alex was like, I don't think she was supposed to cry, but she just did it anyways. So yeah,
Mhm.
I'll be
Like-
stoked to be able to tell her that.
One take, Jake. Is that what it is?
yeah.
One
Let's call it
take,
that.
One take, Jake.
was the first thing.
It's amazing to get that on the first try, and it was so cool to hear them talk about the casting and how hard it was. Like the one that was the funniest thing to me is the only person who didn't have to read for this movie was David Krumholtz, because the director had worked with him before and loved him. And I was like, oh, he's like the last person I would think that'd be like, give me Krumholtz. We'll read for every other role, but I need Krumholtz. Like,
we're building this thing.
Like, what do you mean?
Krumholtz.
I've seen the Santa Claus.
Yeah,
I know what I'm getting here.
To be fair, that character's so good, and Krumholtz knocks
so
it out of the
good.
park.
Yeah, he was great. So I don't know. I had a blast rewatching it. I love this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember who was the smartest one to take 10 things in the rom-com movie draft last year. Like, I think it might have been me that took this because I think this was like one of the best rom-coms of all time, but we don't need to get into that. We can leave it at that.
You get the host duties and then all of a sudden like, everything back to you.
Who was
It's all
it? I
coming back
think
to
it
me.
was me.
Wait,
yeah.
who was that?
Who was
Let
a
me think
genius?
about that. Matt, what's your feelings on 10 things?
Oh man. Well, in the words of Sister Hazel, hard to say 10 things I hate about you. Wonder if I 10 things hate about you.
No, don't stop. Please keep going.
10 things.
You have at least 2.5 more
about
minutes.
you.
So the best thing about
He
that
continued
is
for 45 minutes.
the listeners won't know this, but my internet cut out right before you started doing that. And I was like, oh, I was about to say like, hey, we didn't ask Matt's opinion of the movie, but then I froze. And then I came back with you singing that. That was beautiful.
Perfect.
Well, now the listeners know.
Everyone knows.
So Angie's watched this like 100 times in the last 10 years. I've never sat and watched it myself, but I've seen enough of it over time to see probably the whole thing, but
Yeah.
I've never watched it, in order.
You hadn't.
In its completion. Yeah, I hadn't.
Oh wow. That's
and
cool.
and even before Angie, like I have sisters, like I grew up with this movie around me. I've never sat to watch the full thing. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And honestly, like I love Shakespeare adaptations. Like how do his stories in all their iterations and versions hold up? It's crazy. But I love seeing them adapted. Not all are great, but this one is the only, I mean, there's probably someone can probably name another Taming of the Shrew adaptation, but like what an interesting play to adapt to a rom-com. For a teenage rom-com, I should say.
Yeah.
But it was cool. I really liked it.
Nice.
Hey, Ben, when was the first time you watched this movie?
Me?
Yeah.
I imagine I saw it in theaters because I was 16 when this came out. So I feel like seeing a high school movie, I would have seen it in the theater. I had this weird thing when I was younger. I was like jealous of all like the Hollywood hunks. It's like all the girls loved them, but they didn't love me. So I was like, fuck those guys. I'm not going to see those movies. Wrong.
So like,
It's their fault. I'm not.
They missed out.
Thank you. But like, I just would have this like jealous insecurity thing. So like, I couldn't bring myself to like Heath Ledger, even though I loved A Knight's Tale. I just was like, well, that movie's just good. Like, but I didn't attribute it to Heath Ledger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like Fight Club, like Brad Pitt, I didn't appreciate until I became
Edward
more
Norton's the cool one in
confident
that
in
one.
myself. But I had this dumb thing where I wouldn't see movies like this because girls loved the dudes in them so much.
Yeah.
Because I was such a jealous little boy. But
that was me and Titanic. I held that grudge against Leo forever, but
yeah.
I thought you were gonna say you held it against Kate.
hey.
You'd like to hold it against Kate.
That's what she said.
Michael, please. Please.
Mwah!
On that note, I wanted to ask a couple quick questions before we get into the draft. Since we were just talking about it, what is everyone's favorite high school movie? It's like a genre, into itself. There's so many good ones. There's a lot of bad ones, but I don't know. I feel like everyone has a favorite high school movie. So what's yours, Ashley?
Well, speaking of Shakespeare adaptations, I mean, it's Clueless. It's easy.
And in conclusion, may I please remind you that it does not say RSVP on the Statue of Liberty. Thank you very much.
Like, it's so good.
It's such a good movie. Like that captured the high school experience, like for what we think it is down there. Like
Yeah, especially what we think it is, because I think I was 12 or 13 when I saw it. And so I was like, oh man, I can't wait for high school. This is what it's like to be in there.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Paul Rudd, are you kidding me?
I just wanted that closet, that thing that like spun around and made your outfits. Like that was the coolest.
Yeah, the Jeep. So I mean, I still watch and love that movie.
Yeah, so good.
I
Tyler, how
haven't
about
seen that
you?
in a long time. So it's like it barely counts. It barely counts. But Dazed and Confused.
Oh, okay,
He's
yeah.
going into high school. It's very high school themed.
Yeah.
I love, and we don't get a lot in the school, but when I think of summers in high school, I think a lot about like loitering outside of places and driving around in cars and stuff. So for me, it's got to be Dazed and Confused. But I mean, when I was thinking about this, I was like, oh shit, I like a lot of high school movies. Like, I think maybe I'm stuck in high school mentally. Maybe that explains a lot about myself. But yeah, Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, I mean, I've had the same thing, honestly, where I instantly, like, in the outline was like, oh, this is my favorite one. I was like, wait, my favorite movie of all time is about a kid cutting high school. But it's like, I thought the same thing. It's like, we spend so little time in the school. It's like, I don't think of it as a high school movie, you know, like I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I'm like, I guess technically that's kind of the root of everything that's going on is skipping high school. But
yeah,
Breakfast Club is another great one. But this is really close. Every time I rewatch this, I like it more and more. Matt, what about you? What's your high school movie of choice?
Mine's got to be Mean Girls.
Yeah,
I love
that was the other
Mean
one for
Girls.
me. That's one of my favorite movies, period. I love Mean Girls. It's one of my,
Yeah.
It's one of those for me, if it's on and I'm scrolling through TV or whatever, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good. We were watching the Lohan Parent Trap. And I just kept thinking about that, like how such good casting that was, like for her in that role. Like,
yeah.
and, I mean, the plastics too, like they're all perfect. But
yeah.
And then the only other question I had, because I just like, did any of you guys have live bands at your prom?
No.
That wasn't a thing, right?
No.
Just some old like 30-40-year-old white
bad
DJ. Yeah. It's just like
some guy that couldn't get a wedding gig. And
yeah, he said, I got the prom. Like,
Someone told their brother.
Well, if you were at a school that was cool enough to have a live band at your prom, this movie features two bands. Letters from Cleo, we see at the end, right? They're the band that's on top. They're also, are they the band that's playing at Club Skunk? Is that them also?
Yes.
Yes. And then at the prom itself is Say Ferris, named after Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's all coming full circle. Just one question later.
Wow.
But I want to know if you guys could have, picked a band to play at your prom, who would it be? Like whenever your senior prom would have been, what would have been your choice?
Well, my choice is inspired by a movie called I don't remember what it's called. As luck would have it. But Melissa Joan Hart is in it, and Adrienne Grenier.
Okay.
It was filmed locally here in Salt Lake.
Drive Me Crazy?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. You can see the poster. It's like, oh yeah.
I'm so glad you remembered. That was gonna drive me crazy.
Okay.
Hey,
and
Matt, so what's your
so in that movie they have the Donnas play their prom. And
cool.
Coincidentally, the prom was at the state capitol. That's where they filmed it, but that's where my prom was. So I really just wanted to recreate that movie. Just put the Donnas back in there.
That would have been so good.
So cool.
You kind of get to live it a little bit, but
one
Matt,
of my
how about you?
favorite.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just was gonna say one of my favorite running bits when Ashley's on is when she makes a pun, Ben gets annoyed and tries to move on to the next segment. Sorry, I just love it so much.
That's what everyone comes back for.
That's right.
Like, oh, the good. Ashley's on. Ben's gonna get frustrated this episode. Can't wait.
Get on here 6 times for nothing.
The fans demand it,
Yep.
Matt, what would your band have been?
So the popular answer probably would be Weezer. They've got the smash hits. They've got an arsenal of cover songs. But honestly, if I'm going with my heart here, and I want to make this a night to remember and make this one of the greatest nights of everybody's lives, I'm bringing Outkast in there, man. Andre 3000.
Fucking imagine.
That would be insane.
Hey, yeah,
unbelievable.
No.
So I helped a friend of mine. He wanted to film a music video. This was, I don't even know how long ago it was. And so his idea was he was just going to get a bunch of party clips. So he threw a party and he asked me to come help him film it. And I was like, sure. And like we couldn't really get the party going. Like it was just like a normal party where people are just like standing around drinking.
Yeah.
And so we put some music on and kind of people were like moving to, get
Electric
some
slide
action for
wasn't
the
working.
camera. Electric slide wouldn't do it, but he threw on Hey Ya and the roof like blew off the building. And so like
That'll do it.
I could just imagine that energy being transferred to a high school dance. Like that's a beautiful answer. That'd be so cool. And imagine being able to be like, yeah, I saw Outcast once. They played my prom.
Exactly.
Incredible.
There probably was some high school in Atlanta that got that to happen.
Yeah,
for sure.
That
lucky
everything
ducks.
you just described is like it sounds like that scene from Parks and Rec when we had DJ Roomba, then the party really kicks off. It's like, there we go. Now we got it going. What would your band have been, Tyler?
So I was trying to think back, like what was popular at that time. So like, like the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC were huge, which retrospectively, like that would be fun, but it wasn't what I was into. I didn't appreciate.
Were you jealous?
It was not just that. It was, but I just didn't appreciate the music. I was like too cool for the music,
Yeah.
I'm such an idiot. But so I was like, I think Blink-182 would have been really fun.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Because a lot of my friends were into that, and like again, speaking about making videos, like there's like a video production class in school, in high school, and a lot of them made like Blink-182 videos of them like lip syncing to Blink-182. So like I don't know, that I think that was right around the time when like All the Small Things came out. And I just think that'd be a super fun little prom concert. It might be fun to hear him play some of the dance songs, like the slow songs and stuff.
That would be cool.
For sure.
I like that. When I think of Blink now, I think of when I came to visit you in Austin, and we went to some bar and people were doing karaoke, and someone did, I think it was Damn It off Dude Ranch. And it was just like everybody in that bar was like, yes, we are all singing this song right now. And I was like, is this like a guaranteed hit when you karaoke? Because everyone in here is singing it.
It opened my eyes. I remember thinking, I'm like, oh, this is a great karaoke song.
Really, yes, exactly.
I mean, you got to pick your crowd, I guess. But
yeah, that was definitely the right crowd. But that one was fun. For me, like in full disclosure, I was not cool enough to like know about these guys at the time. I discovered them after high school. But I would just love Me First and the Gimme Gimmes because they can like cover literally whatever. I mean, that's their whole thing, and we get some of the slow versions in their albums. At this point, they only had 3 of them out, but still, it's like, I think they would have been a blast. You even hear in that Ruined Johnny's Bar Mitzvah album, like what they would have been like with the crowd and stuff like that. So I think they would have been a blast, but
I was very jealous when I saw your answer. I was like, God damn it, that's such a good answer. I was so jealous.
Well, you're all invited to my prom.
Plus, they have all the tuxedos.
Yeah, they're ready to go.
That's perfect.
Love it.
What about Richard Cheese? That'd be fun too.
Oh my God, they would be so good. I would still like to go see them. That'd be so fun. All right, cool. Are we all ready to get into this recast?
I was born
Let's
ready.
do it.
Let's do it. Let's pull up the legitimate randomizer here so we don't have any questions asked.
I'm still finalizing, you guys.
Well, pressure's on.
Look, you guys, I might be literally going through lists online trying to find someone in the moment, depending on how this goes.
I have people on speed dial to call just in case.
Just texting Angie. Just like, all right, I need this now. So yeah, I got everyone's name in alphabetical order as usual. We're gonna hit this randomizer and see what our order is.
Oh, please let me go first.
God damn it.
Oh my
Tyler,
goodness.
going first.
Oh,
Matt,
okay.
Ashley,
Fantastic.
and then myself. Okay, Tyler, Matt, Ashley, Ben. Here we go.
That's such good news for me. Great.
So so now that you get the first pick, you get to pick which character we're going for. So let us know who you're picking and who you're picking.
I will. Before I start picking, I have to give a shout out my partner, my GF, good old Alex Lindsley. She's not here with us recording, but she was instrumental in making a lot of these picks because as we've been discussing, like, I don't know anyone under 25.
Yes.
That like, I haven't watched Euphoria yet. You know what I mean? Like I've seen Stranger Things. There's some kids on there, but you know what I mean? So, but she's seen a lot of this stuff. And so she helped me out quite a bit. I'm going to kick it off with good old Patrick Verona. We're going to start at the top.
Wow.
We're going to
start with Best Picture.
Let's
Let's just get it out of the way. Mainly because if I don't get this pick, I don't know what I'm gonna do here.
I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to on the lonely night. I love you, baby. Trust in me when I say.
Because I mean, we talked about it. He's almost impossible to recast.
Yeah.
Like he just was such a singularly wonderful on-screen persona, and presumably a good guy too. I don't know him, but I don't know. So I'm going to recast him. I was trying to think of, so when I do these recasts, much in the way, like I tried to do Ocean's 11, I tried to think of like their relative standing in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like Heath was sort of up and coming at this point. He was like a big draw, but like not like an A-list yet. He was sort of like on the rise, right?
For sure.
And so I was sort of thinking along those same lines. I'm going to put in our boy Timothée Chalamet.
Dang. Timmy Sham's gone.
Great
Timmy
pick.
Sham's gone.
Great pick.
I don't blame you.
I made a note like too scrawny, but I think he's fine.
Nope. He's not.
He's good.
He's got the mystique. Where he goes in scrawny, he's got the mystique.
This will be his MCU where he like works out and gets super buff. Is for the 10 Things remake. So he'll get super big. He'll get a trainer. He'll be good to go.
I actually have another pick that's like, I mean, I'll save it for honorable mentions. That's kind of out there, but I really do like it. But I'm not going to change it just because the whole movie I was watching, I just kept seeing Chalamet. So
no, keep Timmy. Yeah, that's a great pick.
Matt, what do you got?
I mean, this is going to be stated over and over again. How do you recast this guy? He's like in this movie, he's like the human embodiment of Lion King. Like his mane, he's just majestic, impossible.
And that smile, gosh damn.
Everything. But I'm gonna have to go with Julia's little brother, Harry Styles.
Oh my god,
I like it. Yeah,
I'm so mad I didn't even think of that. That's a great one.
We're bringing Harry on.
Wow,
he was on my list. Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm so mad. I kept thinking about high school shows. I didn't even think about like other stuff. Now my brain's going crazy.
You're gonna be in trouble.
I know, it's gonna be bad. Okay. Who's your Patrick?
My Patrick. It's a guy. I don't know how to say his name correctly. His first name's Nico. So I got that.
Okay, perfect.
Nico Hiraga.
Hiraga.
Hiraga. He's in a movie called Moxie. And guys, he really kind of looks, he's got the look.
Wait. What else is this guy
He's pretty
in?
adorable in Moxie. And I really feel like he's bringing some of that.
Oh, he's in Booksmart. Yeah. I like this guy.
He's I don't know.
I dig it. I think that's good.
He can pull off a sweater vest with no shirt underneath. That's
what
no
else
small
do you
feat.
need?
Take it from me, guys.
I've tried.
That's a great pick. I like that a lot.
I like that.
I knew you were going to be good at this. I knew you'd be able to find like
you guys.
Like the
I
deep
probably
cuts.
have ended up on some FBI list because of some of the shit I've Googled, like
hot young
boys.
Oh boy, what was the last episode? Thanks everyone.
Ben's laptop gets confiscated. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, I like that. So here's the thing. My pick is based solely off of Twitter and nothing else. The only thing I've seen this person in is the recent Charlie's Angels remake, which I don't even remember him being in. But I know that there's a Netflix show that comes out. It's come out, I think, 3 times now. And whenever it does, the only person I see on Twitter is Noah Centineo. That's like all I see. I think everybody just loves him. He seems kind of like more of the build, you know, like he's so yeah, again, like honestly, I don't know him at all other than just like going off the Twitter hype here, but like he seems like he could kind of be the bad boy high school whatever. So
I like it.
I'm going with Noah for my Patrick. So
nice.
All right, round 1 is locked in.
Woo.
Young Matthew, Party Bog.
Okay.
Who are we doing next?
All right. Okay. I think. Ooh. Okay. We're gonna go straight with Cat.
Hello, Katerina. Make anyone cry today?
Sadly, no. But it's only 4:30.
Cat Strat.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay.
And ooh, I'm gonna have to stretch for this one a little bit. Okay.
Wow. All right.
Let's do it. Let's go with Florence. Florence Pugh.
Oh,
wow.
you son of a gun. Yeah, she was on my list. She's on there. It's a
Taking
great
her.
pick. Great pick.
Locking it in.
She's really good. And that's another one I think where like these people are probably in their late 20s, but like, speaking of Ferris, Alan Ruck was 30 when he filmed Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So it's like, we bought it. Like, you kind of
like
get
Beverly
it.
Hills 90210, like all those guys were like in their almost their 30s.
Yes, and Grease too, like the whole thing. So I think we're all just kind of like taking a little bit of liberty with this. Otherwise, this would be a really hard pod to do. But yeah, and I mean, I don't know if we established it up front, but chaos rules. So once someone's drafted, they cannot be picked for any other role. They are off the board for good. So Ashley, who are you taking off the board with your Cat Stratford pick?
Okay. Well, it might be recency bias because I'm knee deep in Euphoria. I am obsessed. But I also think she's adorable, smart, and like I think she could be a little bit mean. And I'd like to see it. And that's with Maude Apatow.
Oh shit! I had her for someone else.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
She's really good in Euphoria.
I really need to see that show.
Yeah, same here.
You can see her improve over the life of all the Judd stuff. You know, it's like she just gets better and better. And I haven't seen her in Euphoria, but
she's excellent.
All right, good to know. Well, I was about to be upset with you, and I'm glad that we can still remain together. Because I was going with Zendaya for mine. I was
son of a gun. That was my number one.
Euphoria. I was like, oh fuck, like who else do I pick? Because like I don't know. I feel like basically everything you said I can see with her. Like she could play the mean, the tempestuous shrew as she gets called in the movie. Like she could do that, but then I could also see her, like we see her in the Spider-Man movies or anything like that. Like she's easy to love someone and easy to be loved. So
and she's got the hair like that long.
She has it.
Yeah.
They're so good. So yeah,
she's got this. She can do like the snappy, witty dialogue.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was when I knew we were doing this. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, oh yeah, Zendaya's Cat. Like I had that penciled in forever. So I'm super mad at you, Ben, but it's okay because I'm gonna take Lady Bird herself. Saoirse
Ronan.
Saoirse Ronan, yeah.
Nice.
I'm
I like
gonna pencil
Saoirse.
her in for Cat. And yeah, I don't know. Lady Bird's great. I mean, yeah, I honestly don't know what to say about it other than that's my pick. I think she can do it.
She can.
Did you watch Little Women recently?
No.
Tim.
Have you ever seen Hannah, the movie?
No.
She's awesome in that. Basically gets trained as a little girl to be a killer by her dad. And it's really cool. She's great.
Yeah, rad. Okay, cool.
Well, I mean, that's a solid round right there. All the cats. They're great. Cool. So now who are we going with next?
Well, let's, keep going with the Stratford family. Is that their last name?
Yeah.
Shit, Bianca, I'm shooting a nose spray ad tomorrow.
That's for making my day bleed. That's for my sister. And that's for me.
I'm going to go with Bianca and cast real life sister Iris.
Oh, I don't know why I didn't see that coming. That's really good. That's perfect.
Wait, who?
Iris Apatow. She's Maude's real sister.
Wow.
The girls from This Is 40.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I like that.
That's
they
cool.
know how to be sisters.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Sister.
Okay. Hell yeah.
I like that. A lot of on-screen chemistry, real life chemistry. It's good. Mine is, I don't really know why I thought of this, but I did. And I was like, oh, I could get down with that one. We go with Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah.
I think she used to be an actor before she became like the singer.
Yes.
So I know she's got the history. I feel like I feel lucky enough to get Zendaya because I feel like the two of them, it's believable, as sisters.
I have an alternate universe where I've cast them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as Cat and Bianca. And I won't tell you who I cast as their parent.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Wow.
But it's
things are
good.
getting tense
I'll
over
tell you.
here. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Miss Sour herself, Olivia Rodrigo. Maybe she could play her own prom. Who knows? Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be
fun.
That'd be way cool.
Tyler, who is your Bianca?
Full disclosure, I've
Yeah.
never seen this person in a movie or anything. I have other picks, so if there's quibbles, that's fine.
This is another chaos rule.
Yeah. I've
kidding.
never actually seen this person in action, but I was going through lists and I saw this person. I'm like, oh, she's it. And I asked Alex and she approved. She's
Okay.
in Euphoria and her name is Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah. Cool.
Alex was like, oh yeah, that's perfect. And so once she said that, I made that my number one pick. Matt, if you'd like, here's a perfect quibble moment.
No, you phoned it in.
Okay.
We accept lifelines.
Okay.
Any rule that you see on reality TV also applies to our show. So
Yes.
if you've
Cool.
seen it, you can use it on our show.
Okay.
It's like honoring all the coupons.
This
like
is chaos.
You get the Lindsley seal of approval. I mean, it's hard to beat that. So Sydney Sweeney's good. I think I took her for I don't remember, one of the roles for our X-Men recast. She's that'd be solid. We got 3 of the Euphoria ladies here. I like it. Matt, who is your Bianca?
She just hosted Saturday Night Live recently before the holidays, and so I am excited to see her in a feature movie. Why not 10 Things I Hate About You? We're casting Billie Eilish.
Cool.
I like it.
Ooh.
Selling tickets for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a great pick. Again,
Dig it.
maybe playing her own prom. Who knows?
Yeah.
So since that's the last young female role,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
I had Ariana Grande down on my short list.
Yeah. She would have been really good too.
Mhm. And could play her own prom.
Yeah. So I just,
So
since you guys
many.
were all picking, musical women.
Yeah. I think along those lines, I was thinking of Rachel Zegler, who was recently in the new West Side Story.
Yeah, yeah.
I think she would have been pretty cool. So, okay. Well, my Timmy
Oh, wait, you
Shames
haven't
is
picked
gone.
yet, have you?
No, I did. I'm picking the next round.
Oh, who are we doing?
You lost your Timmy?
Yeah, I lost my Timmy. So we're not going JGL, which some of these people might think. We're not doing Cameron.
Uh-huh.
We're not even doing Krumholtz.
Oh.
We're heading over to Joey Donner right now.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to Joey
Damn it.
Donner because I really only have one pick for this. So I feel like I got to lock it in.
I think I like the white shirt better.
Yeah, it's more.
Pensive?
Damn, I was going for thoughtful.
This man is 29. Although I feel like Joey Donner looks like he should be out of high school also. So this, the person I'm drafting is not, super old. But I think we've seen that he can act. I was surprised myself to see this. I think they have a lot of good, same physical features. And I'm taking a Joe bro. I'm going with Nick Jonas. As my Joey Donner.
That's a great
like
pick.
That's who I'm taking.
Okay.
I can see him holding up
Mickey.
the 2 headshots.
Oh, yeah.
Why? He's funny in the Jumanji movies, all that kind of stuff. I think he could play the funny asshole. So I'm taking a Joe bro.
I'll allow it.
Okay, Tyler.
So
Who's
I'm
your
so
Joey?
glad I got to take. I literally, this was the most difficult one for me to pick. Actually,
Yeah.
Me
one of the
too.
2 most difficult. I have one honest pick and one pick where I wrote, I don't know who this is. He just looks like he looks the part.
I love it.
So I'm gonna take Tony Revolori. He plays Flash in the
Oh.
Spider-Man.
Oh,
movies.
no.
Yes.
He's not
That's so
quite
good.
as pretty boy, big jock strapping, but he has that energy. And
Yeah.
they kind of look similar, but not necessarily in stature. And he just has that kind of douchebag energy. So,
Penis Parker.
Penis Parker.
He would definitely draw a dick on someone's face.
Yeah,
So
he
I think
absolutely would.
That's the thing right there is, would this person draw a dick on someone's face? And Tony Revolori would for sure.
He was on my Krumholtz list.
I like him there too.
Yeah, he was
though.
on
I
mine.
think you
He was
can
on
switch
mine
it
as
up.
well. He was my number one there. So, oh well.
Matt, who's your Joey?
I brought up Licorice Pizza. I just saw him Licorice Pizza. Skylar Gasonda.
Skylar. Okay.
Skylar Gasonda. He's in the only thing I can think of him being in is he's the little brother in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh.
Or Amazing
okay.
Spider-Man. Trying to think of what else he's in.
What else is this dude in?
Oh, yeah.
I like this guy. What was he in that I liked him in? This is riveting.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in The
We'll
Vacation.
cut all this out. Was he in Licorice Pizza?
Yeah. And he kind of plays a similar role. That's why I thought of him.
There's a very specific role that he was in that I really liked, but I can't remember what it was. So I guess I didn't like it that much.
Skylar, like and subscribe.
Oh, yes, Booksmart. He's like also in Booksmart,
Oh, that's right.
right?
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's
I really like him
he's
in
the
that
guy
movie.
like tries to throw the party, like have all like
on the
You
yacht.
remember him?
Not really.
All kind of like
Oh yeah, he's trying to be way cool the whole
swagged out,
time.
basically. Like
Yeah, he throws the party on the yacht. That
yeah.
no one comes to.
Okay. That's a great pick.
Yeah, solid.
That's what I feel like a lot of this again is going to be, is like us trying to explain to people who we picked.
Yeah.
It's like, I
He
don't know
also
lot
would have
of
been
their
a
names.
solid Crumbles replacement.
Yep. It's Joe time. What do you got?
Well, you guys, this one's the hardest one.
It's
I
really
still don't
difficult.
know. I still don't know.
It's a tough one.
Because what's hard is trying to think of somebody that both of these girls would be into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm just going to go with my gut. His name is Olin Prennett, and you might know him as fuck shit from mid-90s.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's got this like long
Oh my
curly
God,
hair.
that's so good.
He can wear a beanie like super well, which I think is important for this character.
hmm
I could see him being like an Instagram model. I could see him being
Oh yeah.
big on TikTok or some shit if they try to like if we were updating it.
Yeah. I
So-
think that's
Okay.
solid.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Yeah.
He'd be so good in that. He's great. Mid-90s. If anyone hasn't seen Mid-90s,
Yeah,
check it
mid-90s
out.
is good, but
I'll need to.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we're back to Tyler.
All right. That's fantastic news. Because the other most difficult one for me to recast was Cameron James.
Ha! Black panties.
What does that tell us?
She wants to have sex someday, that's what.
She could just like the color.
You don't buy black lingerie unless you want someone to see it.
So, can I see your room?
The JGL
Yeah.
role.
All right.
I have literally one person written down. So this is just beautiful that I can do this. I'm taking Tom Holland.
okay.
He's
Cool.
he's a little bigger than the role, I think, but I just feel like he has the same kind of like honest, like sweet boy energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
No,
mean, he's
yeah,
bigger
for
than the role, and he's definitely bigger than Timothy Chalamet, which I also like.
Yeah.
'cause,
Yeah.
like, it's like,
Yeah, for sure.
we got to hire Timothy Chalamet, the cool tough guy over here.
But I-
hide all
but
my
I-
Spider-Man muscles.
But I didn't think, but I didn't think Tom Holland worked as Patrick.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen him be an
So,
asshole, like
he's
be
just
tough
like-
or whatever.
He's just too sweet to me. I don't know. I just,
Yeah, I
he
don't.
just,
Yep.
and he's
I
he's
mean-
literally the only person I could think of. So
Yeah,
that's what
and I'm
going
joking
with.
about it, but he is literally on my list as well. Like it wasn't like
Yeah,
super
no.
out of the ballpark. Like, this was
He's got the
No, but
voice
yeah.
and everything. The
All of those
naivety.
quibbles, are correct. Like he should be the star of the show, right? He should be
Yeah,
like lead or top.
Yeah,
villain,
Third Rock
but-
from the Sun was huge.
it's true.
Oh.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
true. That is true.
So
It's a fair
But
point.
It's
JGL
not out of-
wasn't a proven star yet, and Tom Holland is. But I don't. It doesn't matter.
Once he cut
That's-
that hair,
Yeah.
JGL just took off.
Angels
Right,
in the
Matt.
outfield. I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Anyway,
Loved
that's true.
Anyway,
One of my
moving on.
favorite in theater experiences. No joke.
Enough JGL.
Can never get enough.
I am going with I just saw him this summer in the Heights. We're going with the nephew at the bodega, Gregory Diaz the Fourth.
Okay.
Okay. Who is that?
I did not see that movie, so I don't know I thought you were gonna take
Oh, I saw this kid on some lists. Yeah.
Whoa, okay, yeah.
He's adorable. That's a great choice.
Yeah, that's solid.
I thought you were gonna take Anthony Ramos, and I was like, I think he might be a little too old for this role. He's in the Heights. I don't know, we can do that, but no, this kid, yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
he's great in that movie too. So
Just this headshot alone looks like Cameron. Like he's like walking.
he's
into
like a
school.
JJ. He's like a
Yeah, it's
Latino
perfect.
JJL.
Yeah.
That's so good. Yeah. Who's your Cam?
Charlie Plummer. Ever heard of him? I
don't know that I have.
No, I haven't actually. Charlie Plummer.
He's in some
Usually
horse
I'm like-
movie.
It's a horse movie. Mr. Hands.
Oh God. I don't know who this person is.
I don't
Not
either.
even a little bit. Hey, that's okay.
But he looks cool.
Yeah, he
Oh,
looks
he's
got a
cool.
nice
He's
smile.
skinny. He looks like he would be insecure for no real
Oh, that
reason
movie.
because
Yeah.
he's kind of good looking.
I like
don't
it.
know, guys.
Charlie Plummer. What was the
Quibble.
horse
I
movie?
quibble.
Lean on Pete.
Yeah, Lean on Pete, which is an A24 movie. You better get on it. Giddy up.
Season 4. We'll get around to that one. All right, let me see. Let me look at that first pick right there for Cameron, Tom Holland. Number 2, Timmy Shams. But I think I might go with, I need to look him up to make sure this is who I want to go with. Actor name Jack Dylan Grazer, I believe.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he played like, did any of you guys see Shazam?
Oh yeah, I love
He's
that
the
guy.
guy with like the crutch, I think.
Oh,
you know,
nice.
yeah.
Oh, that's a great
He was
pick.
also in
Yeah.
It. So if anyone's seen those, again, just trying
That's
to play into like the kind of cute little boy who might be like meek around the school or whatever. But yeah, so that's who I think I'll
Yeah.
go with him for sure.
That works.
I made a weird personal goal to not do a Stranger's Thing kid because it felt like all of them could fit into this one, you know?
Yeah.
That's
like,
true. In any role too. They could
yeah.
all be anything.
Yeah, and I mean, I say that, and I still might take him for the Krumholtz like role, but it's like at least I'm 4 or 5 rounds in, and I haven't taken Stranger Things kid yet. But so yeah, that's what I go with, Jack Dylan Grazer.
I like it.
Matt. So we got Krumholtz, we got Miss Perky, and the dad Walter Stratford. Who are we going with?
Oh man. Okay, well, Tyler already took my Krumholtz, so I'll go there
I have a dick on my face, don't I?
Okay.
with Michael
Wait, who was your
Eckman.
Krumholtz?
Tony
Michael.
Revolori.
Oh, okay.
Mm,
Michael Eckman.
Yeah.
What is?
No,
that
sorry,
person?
that's his name.
oh yeah, that is his name. It's like I've never heard of this guy.
It's like, wait, this is the same guy. This is that guy. Yeah, I'm taking Michael Eckman.
Serendipitous that he has the same name as
Oh, that's
as the role.
crazy.
That's great.
I just think it'd be really
The role
cool.
he was born to play.
Yeah.
Quite literally. His mom just really loved this movie. Like, named him Michael Eckman. I love Krumholtz.
Big
I don't-
Krumholtz family.
I don't know how to say this guy's last name, but he is on SNL currently. He's one of the new cast members. His name's Andrew Dismukes. I
Oh,
think.
Dismukes? Yeah.
Dismukes. Andrew Dismukes.
Dismukes. Cool.
That's
Yeah.
a great choice.
He's good. You should, yeah. He's. I think
Okay.
he's a solid addition. I think he's like a featured player right now, but he's really funny.
Yeah, I don't really know him very well, but just looking at him, it works.
Yeah, I think it's a great choice.
No quibbles.
Okay.
Yeah, who's your Michael
Okay.
Eckman?
Okay. Now, I mean, you're trying to avoid quibbles.
Uh-oh.
Watch out for this pick.
Yes.
Adam Driver.
Benjamin
Damon.
Platt.
No, it's like you cannot. We're not doing Dear Evan Hansen 2. We cannot do that.
No, it was a joke. I'm going with she's in the show called Better Things on FX. That's so amazing. And her name is Hannah Riley.
I love that this
She's-
whole draft is people saying someone and everyone Googling.
They cut it all out. Yeah, Frankie. Yeah, she's.
Yeah, Frankie.
Mhm.
Better Things is such a good show. It's the woman that voices Bobby Hill on King of the Hill,
Oh,
Pamela
cool.
Adlon,
Oh, okay.
created the show. It's really funny.
I like Pamela Adlon a lot. I didn't know she
Love
did
her.
this.
It's so good.
It's kind of based off her life, right?
Yeah,
'Cause-
she's like a single mom. She's got 3 daughters. She's doing like weird voiceover work. It's really, I think it is, autobiographical, but it's a really
She's great.
sweet, funny, sad, awesome show.
I know he's no one's favorite person anymore, but she was really good on Louis.
Oh, yeah.
She did have really, good performance on that. Okay. Look at that. Tony Revolori, my number one Eckman, gone. And now I think I'm going to go with a fucking Stranger Thing kid because that's pretty much all I have left. I should open my mouth too early. Okay. I really don't want to draft this guy. Okay, hold on. I'm going to cut all this out.
No offense, Finn.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Finn Wolfhard.
Did I say it, or did you just guess? Who I
No,
was
that's
gonna
just
pick?
that I had him written down for Eckman as well.
All right, that's what I was thinking. Sorry, this is all.
Wait,
super
I pick
exciting.
after you, right, Ben?
Yes, correct.
All right, I can give you my 2 and let you.
So
I have
one of
2
them is Finn
people.
Wolfhard.
Well, I have him written down, but I don't want to take him. But I have 2
Okay.
other ones that I do want to take, and I can't decide. So I might be nice and tell you who those 2 are, and let you choose which one you want more. Then I'll take the other one.
Okay, maybe it'll like get my juices flowing if nothing else. Who you got?
Because I actually don't know if I can make this choice because I really, really, really like both picks.
Mm-hmm.
So I have Jacob Batalon and Beanie Feldstein.
Ugh, I know which one I want to take.
I think they're both really good, and I know which I really want to take Beanie. In fact, I think I am going to take Beanie.
Okay.
I think she'd be so good at it. But as I was watching it, I was like, oh, this Krumholtz is doing the guy in the chair thing, and that's Batalon's whole thing in Spider-Man, same sort of energy. But I am going to take Beanie. I think she's really good in this. I really love her, and so I'll take Beanie. You can have Jacob if you want him.
That's Ned, right? From Spider-Man. That's who it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Thinking about it. I'm really gonna call this out. I'm sorry, guys. I just like I wrote all these names down, and then it's like I got to try to remember who these people are. Okay, that's who I'm gonna take. We've been watching her in Yellow Jackets. Kind of plays the same kind of character a little bit. We're kind of like neurotic, like needs to have friends, that kind of a thing. She plays a little bit more, I don't want to say psychotic, but a little like unhinged, I guess, in Yellow Jackets. But the actress's name is Samantha Hanratty. She plays the younger version of Christina Ricci in Yellow Jackets. If you haven't seen it, it's a great show on Showtime. Girls soccer team, plane goes down. Kind of, I mean, that's the similarities to Alive pretty much end right there, but they're like in a forest, can't get out, that kind of a thing. So it's like this tale of survival. We get the flashbacks, but then we also get flash forwards where we see some of the members who are alive. And so we're just like learning about like the secrets they're hiding, all that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
But Samantha Hanratty is great in this. We talked recently on Beaches about Mayim Bialik and Bette Midler being like perfect. I really feel like these two are pretty similar with Christina Ricci and her. Like, she's like, oh, they are playing the same character perfectly. So that's who I am going to go with for my pick.
Okay.
I would have taken Beanie if I thought about it. It's a great choice.
She sort of looks, there's a few pictures. She sort of looks like, I can't think of the actress's name, so I'll just stop. But she looks familiar, but I haven't seen her. But that show, Yellow Jackets, is like all over Twitter.
So good.
Everyone's freaking out about it.
That sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds cool.
Check it out. All right. Last two. We doing Miss Perky?
Is it my turn?
It's your turn. You get to pick who we're doing now. Or we're going with Pops.
I want to pick Pops.
All right.
Those damn Dawson's River kids sleeping in each other's beds and whatnot.
Daddy, that is so not.
Got news for you. I'm down. I've got the 411, and you are not going out and getting jiggy with some boy. I don't care how dope his ride is.
I want to pick Pops.
Who's your Walter Stratford?
Jason Schwartzman.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, all right. I like it.
That's great.
He's neurotic enough, I think, that and funny enough where like a over controlling dad can like really skew in just like a gross way sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think he's sort of funny and charming enough that it would be endearing, which I think is important. So
every time I see him, I feel like I want to see him in more things.
Yeah.
Which is
that's
a good place to be as an actor.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I think he brings like more of sort of like a nervous energy as opposed to like the loving yet strict. Like the way that the way that Larry Miller is nervous for his daughters would be different than the way Schwartzman would play it. But I think it'd be interesting. It'd be fun.
So yeah, for mine, I freaked out because I have both Jason Sudeikis and Jason Segel on my list. So here, like Jason's, I was like, no, which one is she taking? Like, I neither of them. But I'm gonna switch it up, and due to my cat and Bianca, I didn't know exactly who I would have left on here. Might be too old. I think we can make him look a little bit younger, but I think Taika trying to play it straight would be kind of funny in this.
I like that.
I like it too.
Trying to be concerned and whatever. This one was one where it's just like I feel like I have a lot of options here, but I like the idea of Taika in really kind of a cameo role, like not something that's there all the time. Isn't like What We Do in the Shadows or anything like that. So the same with Larry Miller. Like when we get him, he's funny. He's great, and then he's gone. We don't have a ton of time with him. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Taika Waititi.
I dig it.
Tyler Beck. It's all you now.
I went a very specific route picking this. All my picks are like of the same vein. I'm just having a hard time. I think the most difficult thing about what I'm about to pick is it might not be believable that these two beautiful women came from this man, but we don't ever see their mom. So I think it works. I really want to see Patton Oswalt do this.
Okay. I could see that.
I could see it too.
It's a tough sell, like that those ladies came from this man, but again,
he looks like a concerned parent.
Yeah, he just has that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of.
I mean, honestly, same for Larry Miller. He's not necessarily like easy on the eyes or anything, but I don't think anyone questions like.
He looks like a dad.
Yeah. It's a dad.
And he just has like, because Larry Miller, he's lovable in this. Like you never hate the dad, and I think Patton could do that. I had a few other picks that I'll talk about later that are similar, but I just couldn't buy them as being like endearing in the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As much as I could Patton, but anyways,
for sure. All right, Matt.
Well, I had 100 different dudes written down for this one. But Angie opined on this one, and I figured in her absence, I should give her a shout out because Angie, we've been together a really long time. I'm going to take your lead on this one, and we're going to cast the one and only Mr. Adam Driver as the father.
I should have known.
And I would love to see, there's that scene towards the end where he's like sitting on the porch with Julia Stiles with Kat. Yeah. I want to see Adam Driver and Florence Pugh sitting there having that heart to heart.
I like that. It's a solid choice. I feel like any recast we do, we're getting a driver, we're getting Timmy Shams at some point. So I'm glad the streak continues. Like, we can't have it going away.
Yeah.
So it leaves me with Miss Perky here.
It says here you exposed yourself in the cafeteria.
I was joking with the lunch lady. It was a bratwurst.
Bratwurst? Aren't we the optimist?
I mean, this is another one. I think it's just because it's the adult characters. I can like picture a lot more people in that role. There's stuff I want to talk about and just like kind of talk it out. But, I also want people to be able to like make up their own picks. I'm going to go with Natalie Portman because I can kind of see her doing this role, like maybe kind of like an overly sexual woman, working on this like romance novel and stuff.
And she could be on set for just the 2 weeks it would take to film her 3 scenes or whatever. Like,
yeah, exactly. She'd be in and out. I don't know. I like, I mean, again, like everyone else in this cast, like replacing Allison Janney is not easy by any means.
Yeah.
And I think Portman, people don't think of Portman as like funny, but if you just go watch like Natalie's rap, I think that
Oh
she
my
can
god. Yeah.
be really funny. And she can do that in all the other roles. I'm excited for Thor: Love and Thunder for her to get some time to shine.
My girl's
again.
back.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I've got Taika Natalie for a reunion, so yeah, that's what we go with, Natalie Portman.
Beautiful,
nice, man.
Tyler, who is your Miss Perky?
So I have 3 just like what I believe to be phenomenal picks here. So this is actually really tough. The very first person I wrote down, I think would be great. Alex had a suggestion that I thought was really, really fun. But I think the best of the 3 that I've got on here, I'm going to go Kate McKinnon.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
That's a good one.
That is really good.
We got some SNLs showing up on here. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, I can easily see her doing the sexed up principle.
I can definitely like
or
hear
the
her
undersexed
say
principle.
Yeah.
Undulating.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can hear her saying turgid, all that stuff. And she can have that kind of like weird kind of like off kilter energy, and she can have like a kind of a stern, like not stern, but just that like I'm trying to be stern, but I'm not look. You know what I mean? I think she could pull it off really well.
Yeah.
It seems like a variation of her Ghostbusters character.
Yeah.
Or if she went into like the school, because she's kind of weird, but like could also like lay down the law if she needs.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great choice. I like that.
I like it too.
Great pick. I'm going to go with Vera Farmiga.
Ooh.
Okay.
I dig that.
You conjured that up real quick.
You're welcome.
That was great. Vera Farmiga. She'd be so good in this role.
I like it.
It's a great pick.
All right.
Okay.
Bringing up
Close
the rear.
out, yeah.
Just where Ms. Perky, I think, belongs. It is probably inappropriate that an adult figure of authority is speaking so suggestively towards children.
A little bit.
So to like cushion that blow, no pun intended, I'm going to cast someone British because I feel like the accent, they can get away with being a little cheekier and not predatory.
Yeah.
So my decision is Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Oh my God.
Okay. That's great. That's really good.
Yes, that's so good.
That's really good. You're the
L3,
MVP for
I
a
love it.
reason.
Fleabag herself.
Yeah.
That's an inspired choice. That's really good. I like that one a lot.
Well done from the most
I'd
valuable
like to
player.
see it.
Yeah, I think she'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
We'll go into some honorable mentions. I was really fighting between 2 for this role. We're big fans of Jake here, but I think we might be even bigger fans of Maggie. And I think Maggie Gyllenhaal could have done really well in this role.
That's a really good one.
Absolutely.
I'm actually disappointed that Matt didn't take that.
Well,
are you okay, dude? You feeling all right over there?
She would have been phenomenal for that. Unfortunately, and this is totally a disservice to Maggie and how great she is, but I tend to think of her when I'm seeing her brother Jake. And so if Jake's not playing this role, sometimes I'm not even thinking about it. You know what I mean?
Makes sense. Yeah, I see that.
Alex had a really fun idea. Oh, sorry. I don't know.
No, please go.
Yeah.
She said it, and I agree. It'd be really fun to see Julia Stiles play Miss Perky, so we can like
that's a good
tie her
idea.
back into the movie. I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. So I wanted to shout that out for sure because I thought that was cool, and it's almost the direction I went. But when I closed my eyes, I could see Kate McKinnon.
No, I think it's great. Like the other one I thought of, but just kind of dismissed was Michelle Williams, even just like for the Heath tie-in.
Yeah,
a little bit. I think
yeah.
that might have been kind of cool to have her in that role. But speaking of like playing, kind of in similar roles for Walter Stratford, I really did think about Vanderbeek because I thought he might be kind of fun as the dad. We've been watching the OC. I thought about Ben McKenzie. But surprisingly, one of my favorite dads I've seen on screen was John Cena in Blockers.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah,
it's almost that same kind of role where he's just like overly concerned about his daughters and stuff. So it's kind of the same thing. So yeah, I don't know. I thought he might have been kind of fun, but I gotta go with Taika for this one. Did you guys have any other big ones that you're like, I'm really fighting between these?
Well, so for Walter, it was all comedians, because when we were
Yeah.
watching it, I couldn't think it, for whatever reason, I had a mental block here. And Alex was like, oh, Louis C.K. would have been really good at that. And I was just like, oh, yeah, that's a bummer. Because I think he really would have been pretty good. He has that, like, you know, he could play. He is literally a concerned dad in real life, I think.
Yeah.
Of
2 daughters, I think.
Of 2 daughters, yeah. But so then I was like, oh, what about Bill Burr? I think he'd bring like a much angrier energy to it. That maybe a little less endearing. You'd be like, oh, this guy's an asshole. And then also Jim Gaffigan, I thought might be kind of fun, but ultimately, obviously, went with Patton. But as soon as I thought of Louis, I was like, oh shit! So I just like thought of all these different comedians. So yeah, Marin might actually be pretty good. He'd be like a very nervous, angry energy, but might be pretty
neurotic,
good.
I think, for sure.
Yeah,
I kind of was thinking about Colin Hanks just because of that single line from Orange County. He's like, because that's what you do after high school.
It's not a good day for me.
Yeah, but I have to go to college.
Why?
Because that's what you do after high school.
He really would. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm bummed I didn't think about him. He would have been great.
So my honorable mentions for Miss Perky, I had Amy Poehler on the back list.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's really good. Now I'm kind of mad I didn't take her.
But she's like she's also kind of like the obvious choice, right? Like she kind of plays that role.
I mean, I didn't
in
even think of her,
everything
so
in kind of
maybe
ways.
not. Maybe it's not that obvious.
Not obvious in the sense that like you're necessarily thinking about it, but it's like, oh yeah,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. I thought about Kristen Wiig from Miss Perky. Might be fun.
Oh, that'd be good too.
For Walter, I had Will Ferrell on the backlog, Stanley Tucci,
okay,
both the Wilson brothers.
Nice.
Yep.
I also had Jim Gaffigan. For Joey Donner, I had someone hanging up the jersey to try out some acting chops. Devin Booker.
Okay.
Thrown in book.
Yeah.
The second best shooting guard in the league.
The second best shooting guard in the league. D-Book. And Ezra Miller.
Okay.
And then for Cam Jam, I honorable mention, I have Cooper Hoffman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why I didn't know if you were going with the licorice pizza thing when you said that. I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's solid. I had Millie Bobby Brown down for Bianca.
Me too.
I thought she might have been interesting.
Yeah.
It might be the Hawkeye recency, but I thought about Haley Steinfeld for Kat.
Yeah.
Because I think she could kind of give the, being distant, but also then like turn it around and cry while reading a poem. So
yeah,
those are probably 2 of the bigger ones that I was really, I don't know, kind of going back and forth on.
Ashley, I'll need your help with this honorable mention for Patrick. I don't know him, but Alex suggested him. Jacob Elordi he's on Euphoria. He's on some other stuff. And he also is Australian. He has the same accent. So
yes,
that could be fun. Also for Patrick, here's the one. So I teased one that I thought would be really, really fun, be pushing it age-wise, but I just really kind of liked it. But I thought Dev Patel would be really fun.
Yeah. He'd be cool.
But definitely pushing it age-wise, but I don't know.
Still be fun though.
Yeah.
Do you have any others?
When I was thinking about Zendaya and Olivia Rodrigo, I wanted to cast Lisa Bonet as their mom.
Oh yeah. So you would switch it. So rather than being a single dad, it'd be a single mom. That's fun. I like that.
But I think it's just because I want.
Lord knows we need more single moms in the world.
I kind of wanted to put Madonna's daughter Lourdes in there. She's scary. Like she scares me.
Is she?
Like,
Yeah, really?
She seems like kind of like really intimidating. So, but I couldn't quite get it dialed in for her whole family. So I went with the Apatows.
Nice.
So Ashley, I teased that there was a specific topic that I thought you would be specifically the person I needed to talk to. So like the music in this movie was obviously from the time. I think we talked about this with the Spider-Mans, like the studios are trying to tie in their songs into their movies, that sort of thing. So I was curious. I mean, there's the obvious ones like Olivia Rodrigo and stuff, but I don't know a lot of like the new like cool music. Like what are the kids listening to? And I think you probably do better than I do. So I'm curious, like, let's do this rather than like what specific songs they would play throughout the movie. What would the band be playing at the prom? and who would be playing on the rooftop at the end of the movie. I don't really have answers. I guess I could come up with some, but
I felt like Phoebe Bridgers.
I'm glad you said that.
But I don't know. I put on Maggie Rogers today and I was like, do children in high school listen to this, or is this just like my Nora Jones? Like,
Yeah.
I just have no idea. I don't know like anything about, I don't know what's cool these days. You know what I mean? But I did think of Phoebe Bridgers. I think maybe on the rooftop as opposed to the prom for her for whatever reason. But I mean, obviously like Olivia Rodrigo or Billie Eilish or any of those are any of the female singers that we mentioned previous, like are good. And who would be the band that they saw at the bar? Maybe that's Phoebe.
Oh,
yeah,
that's where Phoebe
at
is.
Club Skunk.
Club Skunk. Yeah,
I know it's hard. Well, and music is. I'm really gonna sound old, but it's consumed differently now. You know, like with the internet, people listen to like so much different stuff.
Yeah,
that
you're not confined to your favorite station anymore.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you do whatever you want. On that note, Matt, I'm going to hand it over to you to host and send us out of here.
I want to thank both my co-hosts and our guest host, Ashley, for joining us tonight. It was a wonderful draft. By far the hardest draft we've ever had to do.
Yeah,
we might not do a harder draft. You won't see this because Ben's going to cut this up, but we had to pause several times, just to gather ourselves for this.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
It's emotionally draining. Yeah.
It honestly was.
I got more gray in my beard now because of this.
Ben and Tyler got in an argument. They had to reconcile throughout. It got ugly. Ashley left for a long period of time.
I did storm out.
Took Taco for a walk. It's like, I gotta get out of here.
So we're glad that you stayed around.
This is my 10th Miller Lite.
He's handling it very well.
Much unlike the Spider-Man episode. Ooh. I was a mess in that one. I'm sorry to the listeners and to my co-hosts.
But we're glad you stuck around. And it was fun to do this. We hope you like our versions of 10 Things I Hate About You. Go check out the movie. We'd be interested to hear your picks, so please include them in the comments wherever you're seeing this. And we'll catch you next time.
See ya.
I hate the way you talk to me and the way you cut your hair. I hate the way you drive my car. I hate it when you stare. I hate your big dumb combat boots and the way you read my mind. I hate you so much it makes me sick. It even makes me rhyme. I hate it. I hate the way you're always right. I hate it when you lie. I hate it when you make me laugh. Even worse when you make me cry. I hate it when you're not around and the fact that you didn't call. But mostly I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even close. Not even a little bit. Not even at all.